Have you ever had an idea that was so strong it wouldn't leave you alone? One of those thoughts, that keeps coming back, like no matter how much you try to ignore it. Like sometimes it comes as a vision, sometimes as a sentence in your head, sometimes has just like a deep feeling that something is calling you, and you tell yourself, oh, it's just a random thought, but like, is it? Because here's a different way to look at it. Like one of that changed the way that I show up for my own life. Like ideas, creative impulses, inspiration, they are not coincidences. Like they are life trying to come for you. Like they are energy, and energy is always looking for form. It's like the world has things that need to exist, like stories that need to be told, art that needs to be made, movements that needs to start. And when one of those things is ready to come into this world, it looks for someone like who's open, like someone who's listening, someone who's willing. And sometimes you are the one who's chosen. Like you have been chosen to bring that thing to life, not because you are like the smartest or the most talented or the most, prepared, but because you are available, because you feel it. But here's the part like we forget. If you don't act on it, if you wait, overthink, doubt yourself, second guess, delay, that idea might like move on. Because the truth is, the world still needs that message, that song, that project, that vision. And if you don't give it a place to live, it will find another person who will. Because this is not about pressure, it's about like responsibility. It's about realizing that the things you feel deeply, they aren't just yours, they are meant to serve through you. They are like, you are the channel, like the bridge, the vessel, and you don't need to be perfect to start, you just need to be willing to do that. So now let me go deeper. We live in a world that teaches to chase like success, visibility, applause, but creation, like true creation, is about listening first. It's about noticing when something wants to be born for you and respecting that enough to give it space. Even when it's messy, even when it's inconvenient, even when you feel like you're not ready for that. Because inspiration, it's not polite. It doesn't knock at the perfect time. It interrupts your day, your sleep, your plans. But when it arrives, you have to ask yourself, am I going to honor this or am I going to let it fade? Like now let's talk about where like most beautiful things actually come from. They don't come from like not comfort, not stability, but pain, like uncertainty, emotion. The greatest songs, the deepest poetry, the most powerful books, they often came from heartbreak, failure, rejection, grief. But the magic is in what the artist did with the pain. They alchemized it. They turned something heavy into something light, something painful into something healing. And that's the real power of being human. Like we are creators, and not just of things, but of meaning. Someone breaks your heart, like you don't just cry, you write, you speak, you sing, you create. Someone tries to bring you down, you don't just suffer, you rise and you build something better. That's what I mean when I say like you are an alchemist. Like you take raw emotions, even like the ugliest ones, and you turn them into something that serves not just you, but like the world around you. But you can only do that if you allow yourself to feel first and to sit with the discomfort instead of just pushing it away. Like to listen to what life is trying to teach you, like even if it hurts. And then you create from there. Like, because we are not meant to suppress, like we are meant to transform. So if you are sitting on something like an idea, a project, a message, and you keep waiting for the perfect time, stop waiting. Like the time is now. Because I promise you, someone out there needs what you are afraid to create. Like someone is waiting to read what you are scared to write. Someone is waiting to hear what you are scared to say. And maybe the very thing you are hesitating to do is the thing that will unlock your life. Like you don't need permission, you don't need validation, you just need the courage to show up. And that's it. So I want you to remember this. When something shoots you, like an idea, a dream, a purpose, it's because you are the one who can give it life. So don't waste that. Don't like talk yourself out of it. Don't let the voice in your head be louder than the call in your soul. Because if you follow it, even if it's scary, even if it's slow, you will look back one day and realize that idea didn't just change your life, it changed others too. Because when you create something honest, something true, like something that came from within, it always finds the right people. So trust it, honor it, and above all, create that. And that's all for today. I hope you like this message. And yeah, that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.